Hello, very good evening, everyone. Am I audible to you? Please say yes in the chat box. Fine, great, great. So first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Ashish, so I'm here from Learnbay, guys. So today we will be talking about the banking and finance domain and the problems that we have in that particular sector that can be solved through data science. And then we will see how we can use data science and machine learning and AI technology in per BFSI domain in particular, so that we can solve the business related problems. I hope my voice is clear to all and I'm easily understood, right? Fine. So first of all, just let me know if my screen is visible to all of you. Fine. Okay, great. So fine. Veena, I would suggest you if you can post your queries in the chat box, please. So I am just having a look upon the chat box. First of all, I want you to hear from you, my friends. So if you can let me know a bit about your past experience and the experience, number of years you have spent in different industries and which background you come from. So please raise your hands and so that I can unmute and you can speak up a bit, just to have an idea which background and all we are coming from. Okay, great. So Harshal, please unmute yourself and please let me know a bit about you.
Uh, Hello, Ashish. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon.
Good evening.
Yeah,
So basically, I have I have pursued B Civil in 2016, and I hold 7 years of experience into edtech industry, into teaching, into administration, and multiple roles.
great.
I have recently switched into data analytics. I am working for a service-based company into data analytics. I am, as you know, that data science is applicable in almost most of the domains. I am very much
Yes.
curious to have a transition into a financial oriented data science wherein I could use my data science in a financial domain. So that is what I aspire to be. That's the reason I am here.
Oh, great. Most welcome. And I'm really happy to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will be discussing at the end, the Q&A will be there and we will be having a bit more discussion how the transition is possible and what are the, skills or what are the, uh, you can say the tools and technology we should carry out that the company look for into BFSI. We are going to discuss.
Yes, yes, exactly what the reason I'm here for, to know like what are the things I can see. I There are online, there are many resources for me to know what should I upskill and what should I not, but it is very much vague. I want a very clearer skills. I need to know what skills I need to upgrade and what roadmap or what resources can I follow. That would be really helpful for me to work upon those particular things. And
Sure, sure. So we will have thorough discussion on that part today.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Mr. Amit, please unmute yourself and please
Good evening.
let us know a bit about yourself.
I am
Yeah, good
my name is
evening.
Amit Bajaj, and
Yeah,
I am a chartered accountant by qualification. I have
great.
over 22 years of experience, and I have basically worked in banking industry and into credit risk domain. I have worked with major banks across India, be it Axis, Yes, ICICI, Saraswat, and few non-banking finance company. So my core is credit risk underwriting. Uh, Plus, I have done few certifications in dashboards like Power BI, then then in Excel and all. The reason I joined this webinar is to understand basically from the perspective of bank how the portfolio behaves in the future. So you need to tweak your policy accordingly. For example, you have a home loan or a maybe a personal loan portfolio. You
Mhm.
can combine this low risk, high risk, low ticket size portfolio. And what policy, Axis Bank used to do this in the back end. Like they used to tweak the software so that accordingly the credit risk scores were, increased
Mhm.
and the policies was tightened. and the and how, but I just wanted to understand in the back end, on how this happens, how how these risk team or the business intelligence team works, and that's the reason I want to make my career now on the other side, like on the I'm more interested into how you calculate expected credit loss, basically how your portfolio will behave in the future, what are your risk red flags, and basically purely into BFSI domain. And that's the reason I've joined this webinar.
Great. So now you want to move into like you're more interested like what is happening in the back end. That part you have to.
Yeah, how the
Uh,
portfolio is
yeah.
behaving, and how you'll predict the portfolio, what will be your expected credit loss, and how should you tweak your policy, how
Yes.
what changes should be made to the policy accordingly. So these things, calculate how you calculate the expected credit loss. That
Sure.
that's all things.
Great. Great. So we will be having a discussion on them. Not an issue. Anybody else would like to share your thoughts on a bit of the experience, my friends? Okay, so let's start then. And first of all, we will see what data science is. Let me share a bit agenda of the Veena student. Okay, not an issue. So even if you are a student and you want to share like any specific background you come from, let's say you're coming from mechanical background or electronics and communication or maybe computer science engineering. So if you want to share your ideas, you are most welcome. You can raise your hand and I will unmute you so that you can speak up. No one? Okay. Veena is there. Yes, Veena, please.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Now, actually, I have completed my BTech in IT.
Okay.
Now I'm pursuing my MBA.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I'm interested into this data science field, how it will boost our career. So I have a little bit idea about this field, but I want to know more how it is gonna be beneficial for me, and what kind of job roles do I get. So in that way.
Sure. So we will be having a discussion. I will tell you how we can transition from some other domain into BFSI. What are the opportunities we have into BFSI? What is the future of it? And what are the key skills, which the companies look for, okay, to be hired in this particular domain as a data scientist or the data analyst or the ML engineer or some other domain. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So thank you guys for sharing sharing about yourself. Now let's start. So the thing is, I'm not very good with the PPTs and all, so I will make it interactive. So I encourage you to keep on sharing your doubts in the chat box, and I will try to address them as much as possible. Once I finish the session, then later on at the end we will have a Q&A session where whatever queries you have that is not being clarified in between you we can ask, and the discussion will go like that. Is it fine? I hope. So I encourage you to be interactive in the chat box. So that will be better for me as well. So let's start. So first of all, we will be talking about the data science and data analyst, the difference they have, and the business analyst, what kind of job role they offer in the companies. Then we will be learning like how we can transit into BFSI domain exactly and what kind of problems we solve. Okay, why this data science and BFSI data science is required into BFSI and what it offers to BFSI sector and what is the future of it and how we can expected remuneration we can think of in this particular. So let me take you to the notepad here and let's write. So nowadays, two to three designations, or you can say the job roles are which are very, very trendy in the market. So we hear all the time we hear these terminologies, data scientist, or we hear about the data analyst, or we hear about the data, we can say the business analysts, business analyst. Then we talk about data engineers. Then we talk about the subject matter expert. We call them as SMEs. We call about the machine learning engineers, so ML engineers. So more or less we see, if we don't have the idea, complete idea what the job role, what their actual job roles are, so they seem to be very similar, yes or no? Sometimes we get confused what is the job role. Yes, Veena, that we will take it. We will address. I will address them. Okay. So what is, what is the job role of a data scientist? What is the job role of a data analyst, and what they offer? Okay. So can we say what is the common thing in all of them? What is the common? Can we say data is the common thing in all of them, right? So we can say in all of them, data is the common thing that is playing. Whether I'm working as a data scientist, business analyst, data analyst, or even the ML engineer, data is the common, right? Once we have got the data, then we have to analyze it. Analysis means, what do we mean by the analysis? We are trying to get some useful insights. We are trying to get some useful story out of the data that can help business grow, that can help solve a business problem. And once the terminology comes, let's say analysis, so depending upon the scenario, depending upon the type of the data, depending upon the problem, different kind of analysis we do, guys. So if I talk about the analysis, generally three kinds of analysis we do. The first analysis is the descriptive analysis we do. Descriptive analysis. The second analysis we do is the prescriptive analysis. And the third analysis we do is the predictive analysis. Now, what is the descriptive analysis? Let's say I'm going to a bank. Okay, and the bank has the data about the past 5 years data they have. And the bank says, no, we don't know anything what is happening. This is the data. And let's say you are working as an analyst and they provide you with the data and then they ask, you tell us what is happening. That is your job. They don't know anything. The company has provided with the data and they are asking you whether it is good or bad. You just tell us. So how our journey has been, how the journey has been over a past period of time. This part you have to analyze. Here you don't know any, you don't have any problem statement. You don't have any problem such like. All you need to do, you have to dig deeper into the data and you have to fetch as many insights as you can. So this kind of analysis, we call it as the descriptive analysis, where whatever the data, previous data we have, the past data we have, we just describe them. We create the reports and we tell what is good or what is bad is there. This kind of analysis, we call it a descriptive analysis, and it is done by a data analyst, my friends. This is generally the job of a data analyst. So they play with the past data and then they describe the data and they tell this is good and this is bad. Now let's say data analyst is analyzing the data of a bank and then say, okay, the new customers are fine. Okay, so we can say new engagement, if we talk about, it's going great. We are getting a lot of great engagement. But if we see the churn also, churn means the people are leaving, people are quitting the services of the bank, and this is also very high. Now, as far as business is concerned, this is the good scenario or not? Of course, there is some problem. This is, we want to be high, but this is not the good scenario. We don't want to be the, we don't want people to leave us. So this churn, I want to, I don't want this churn to be higher. I want the retention to be more. Now this is some problem. Now the question is why this is happening? Why this churn is more? Maybe the people that, or the customer, the existing customers that we have, they are getting some better services elsewhere, or they are not satisfied with the services that we are providing, where we are lacking actually. That is the part. Now this why part, why this is happening, and what we can do now to solve this. What should be done now? This is the next question. And when we analyze this, why this is happening and what we should do to solve this problem, this kind of analysis, we call it as the prescriptive analysis. Are we getting? So prescriptive analysis is the analysis. It is always problem oriented. We have some problem and we have to find the cause and the solution of the problem. We have to find the cause and the solution of the problem. and the solution, and this kind of analysis we call it as prescriptive analysis, and generally it is done by a business analyst. It is done by a business analyst. Now, third kind of analysis that we call it as the predictive analysis. Here, if we have the given set of parameters, can we do some estimation on the basis of that? Can we estimate? Can we predict something? Let's say if I provide you with the income and some specific details of a customer, can you tell me like how much loan that particular person should be provided with? If we provide some specific details, can we predict like this person will continue with our services, or he will drop in between? If we give some loan to somebody, what are the chances that person will go default or will not go default maybe after 3 years or 5 years? Let's say I am giving some policy, okay, in life insurance policy we are giving to someone. So there we have to estimate the lifespan of a person. So we have to check the life expectancy, and then again we have to estimate the life expectancy of a person. So all these kind of problem where estimation is there, forecasting is there, or prediction is there, whosoever when we analyze this kind of behavior, we call it as the predictive analysis, and it is the job of a data scientist generally. So data scientists are the people who do the predictive analysis. So predictive analysis will tell me like what n number of forecast, or depending upon the parameters we can predict. So we can say like what will be the stock price after 3 months for a particular stock, what will be the what may be the lifespan of a particular person, what is the risk associated if we provide loan to someone, like that. So all these kind of prediction estimations, we call them as the predictive analysis, and the data scientist is the one who does that. Fine. Now the next part, once we know this, okay, this is, let's say this is fine. Now the question is, what kind of problems we have in the BFSI? Now we will be talking about the job of these people in the context of the BFSI domain, banking, finance, and insurance, right? So BFSI stands for banking, finance, and insurance. So BFSI, first of all, we are using a lot of AI technology in this. Then why technology? Why more technology we are talking about? Why data science in this? So we can say why data science or AI in this. Now, if you see the behavior of the customers nowadays, first of all, what we want? We want more of what? We want more services. Can we say we want more of services? We want more features in the existing services. Yes, we need good quality. We need good satisfaction, more satisfaction as far as services are there. So generally the BFSI is the service sector, and service sector is depends upon the customer satisfaction more. How you can say fast we are we are responding to their queries and all. On the other hand, let's say faster services we need, we can say, and what personalized offer or services we are providing to them. So this part, personalization, I would say, is the very important role. On the other hand, if we see, so what we want to be less. So nowadays the customers want the less of time. Whatever they do, less time should consume. Less money should be associated or consumed in the process. Lesser number of steps to avail any services or to perform any task, and less efforts it should take. Now, if I am a company, whether I am in banking, finance, or any service industry, I am working in, so I have to make some balance of these things. Now, this is a metric, you can say whichever company is providing the better in that, they are doing better on that. So maybe they will get more profit and the more revenue out of it. Now the question is, what services actually the customer need? In the existing services, what features we should add? That is a question. okay, from our side we are providing very good quality and we feel okay, from our side we are doing great, but whether the customer is satisfied with that or not, or what extra actually the customer is looking for, that is the thing. Now on the other hand, let's say we are doing our best, still we are not able, we are not able to meet the benchmark. So how we can reduce the time, what else we can do so that the associated money can be lesser, and how we can reduce the steps of any particular process. So keeping these things into account, so data science can help us out so to solve all these problems, or you can say to manage the metric as in the best optimal way, we can say. So shall we discuss? So if we say the use of data science, in banking, first of all we can discuss, and then we will move into insurance and finance. So in banking, what is the main job, what is the key what to call earning parameter for a bank? So I think loan is the thing where the banks they earn more. So loan is a very crucial factor as far for a bank. The second is the fixed deposits. Fixed deposits, the in the bank they have. And then the extra services, now bank also provides some insurance from their side, so they have collaborated with the insurance company and they provide some insurance facilities as well nowadays. Now in when it comes to the loan, there are different types of loans. We have the personal loan, we may have the vehicle loan, let's say the car loan, home loan, education loan. Now the thing is, can we call anybody for personal loan? Can we call anybody for car loan? Apart from that, the credit card services are there. So that is also the we say the credit card services is the main, you can say, the trending services which are being provided by the banks. Now can we call anyone and can say, okay, would you like to buy a credit card? Of course we can do that, but let's say suppose 10,000 leads a day are coming. 10,000 leads a day are coming in a bank, and we have to make a call. I have to hire the representatives or some customer care services, some I may have to outsource. So we have to call, let's say 10,000 people, and one call, let's say 5 minutes. One call is going to take 5 minutes, for example, on an average. So some calls they may take 10 to 15 minutes, some calls they may 1 minute, and some calls they are not going to be picked up at all, like that. Can you imagine how much workforce I need to work upon the 10,000 leads in a day if I have to call them? And then let's say I am calling, I have hired huge number of people, and then they are calling, and how many are getting converted? Let's say out of 10,000, the chances are there only 50 customers I have got. Only 50 customers I have got. Can you see, if I have to hire a huge number of people, I have to provide them with the salary and so many things, and still the business, if I talk about, I am getting the very less business. Are we getting, my friends? Now in this, what if we create some mechanism that is telling me, okay, this is the customer which will buy the personal loan, and this is the customer which will not take the personal loan. Or let's say 90% chances are there this particular person will go for the loan, and maybe 90% or 80% chances are there this person will not go for the loan. Now in this case, can we segregate the customers, and the customers which are having the higher priority, we can call them first? You agree? And the chances of getting the business will be more, because I will not be consuming or spoiling my time on the calls which are not meant to be converted at all. So this way I can optimize my time. On the other hand, I will require less people, so less workforce, and maybe my business will hire. So in a day, earlier, by having the huge number of people, I was only getting the business of 50 new enrollments. Now maybe by doing this exercise, maybe 120 new enrollments I am getting every day. So this is the possibility. Now how I'll get to know this customer is going to have the higher number of chances to get the personal loan, or the less chances of getting the personal loan, let's say. So for that, data science is going to help me out. Now, how the data science works, guys? In data science, if I talk about the terminology data science, it is the combination of data, data reading, whatever related to data, we have to learn data pre-processing, transformation, cleaning, everything. Apart from that, statistics, then machine learning, then a bit of mathematics, a bit of mathematics, a bit of programming. And when we combine them together in a way, like it is giving, providing some solution to the company, like say this kind of problem is being solved, and we call it as the data science. So data science is the umbrella term in which we are talking about the data, we are talking about statistics, we are talking about machine learning. Okay, now how it is going to help us out and how it works, that is the part that we have to understand. Once we know how it works, we will get to know what we should learn, and then we will get to know what kind of problem we can solve using data science, and then what kind of job we should aspire for. Are we getting clarity over it, guys? So shall we discuss one by one? Now let's say we are going to a bank, and banks want to know whether whosoever is going to buy the loan or no. Let's say we have 10,000 leads. Of course, not everyone is going to get converted. I want to know, tell me which are the customers or which are the leads which we can, which are let's say likely to be converted. So likely to be converted. Which are the customers there? We can say the 50-50 chances are there. 50-50 chances are there. Which are like, let's say, need a push, or maybe later they can be converted. Maybe later they can be converted. And which are like not at all likely to be converted. Not likely to be converted. If I create some mechanism that is telling me, okay, these are the 2,000 customers which are likely to be converted. These are the 1,000 customers which are in 50-50. And then maybe later there are 500 customers, and not at all the rest of the customers, they are not going to get any, they are not eligible, or they will not buy the loan. So first of all, I will focus on these customers more. I will put all my workforce on these customers, my friends. Then once I am free with that, some workforce I will utilize like this. And once I have taken care of all this, maybe the rest I will push them. Then I will take care of this part. So this way I can utilize the workforce that I have. Now how I am going to get these numbers or the details of the customers? For that we use the machine learning model, or we call them as the predictive model. Now what we do, we have some data, existing data that the bank is going to provide us. Then we feed it to some machine learning algorithm. And what this machine learning algorithm does, it learns the pattern from the data. This is, we call it as the learning part. Learning part. It is learning the pattern from the data. And once it has learned the pattern from the data, it is ready to give me the predictions. It is ready to give me the predictions. It will tell me whether this customer will buy. Yes, if this customer is a yes, or this customer is a no. Then what we do, once the training is complete, learning, or we call it as training. Once the training part is complete, I will be feeding the details of a customer. I will feed the details of a customer to the trained ML algorithm. To the trained ML algorithm, I will say trained algorithm. And what the algorithm is going to do, this algorithm will tell me whether this person is a yes or it's a no. Whether this person is a yes or this person is a no. Now how this is happening, it seems to be very magical, but internally the job of the algorithm is to learn the pattern from the data. It is just the repetitive rows we feed to the algorithm, and it starts learning. How it learns, let's understand that part. Let me consume 5 minutes on this so that you can have clarity. If I show you the image, let's say like this, and I ask you what it looks like, can we say it's a car, or at least it looks like a car? Then I show some different image like this, and again we can say it looks like a car. Then we may have different kind of images like this, and we can say, yes, it looks like a car. It looks like a car. Can we say this, my friends? Let's say it looks like a car. Now the question is, how do we know it's a car? If you see, let's go back a bit. When we were child, let's say 1 year old or maybe less, we did not know whether it was a car or not. Somebody told us, we saw the object and we were fascinated or curious what it was, and then somebody told us, maybe our father or mother or our relatives, they told us it's a car, and that has become a learning to our brain. Now then somebody again told us it's a car, it's a car, it's a car, and now we are adults, and if you see, millions of images of car have been fed to our brain. Millions of images of cars we have seen, we have personally experienced, we have we have sit in the cars, we have traveled through cars, we have been driving the cars. Now our brain has got enough learning. Now our brain easily can tell whether something is a car or not a car. Even if it is a car, what kind of car it is. So this is, we call it as the learning, and learning comes with the repetitive process. Repetition. We don't know the logic, we don't know why it is a car, only we know it's a car. And why we know? Because our brain has been told repetitively over a period of time. Somebody was showing me the image, and then again somebody was telling car. I was seeing an image, and then somebody again was telling me it's a car. I saw an image or I saw a car, and then somebody told me it's a car, and that has become, no, one by one learning has been fed to the brain, and now our brain can easily differentiate whether something is a car or not. The same way the machine learning algorithm works. Now what we do, we have the data, and the data may look like this. Let's say we have the age of the customer, we have the gender of the customer, we may have the income of the customer, then we may have the occupation of the customer, then we can say some other detail, whether the marital status, whether the customer is married or not married, whether whether he has some debt or not, like this. And then we say whether this person is eligible for a loan or not. Let's say like this, we say this person is eligible for loan or not. So this is a very simple example I have taken related to the banking sector. Now this is the historical data that bank is going to provide me, and we are going to have some detail here: age, gender, income, occupation, debt. And then here it will say, let's say this customer is a yes. Then again we will have some details, and then it may say this customer is a no, this customer is a yes, and some other customer is a no, like this. So we have the data like this. Now what we do, we feed this data to the algorithm, and the algorithm learns in a way. If you see, this yes is coming from these values. On the basis of these values that we have, age, gender, income, occupation, marital status, and debt, we are saying somebody is eligible. On the basis of these details, we are saying somebody is to know, somebody is being said to be no. There is some relationship working that we cannot see with our naked eye. We don't know what relationship is working here. So what we do, we feed it to the machine learning algorithm, and the job of the machine learning algorithm is to learn this why part, why this particular person is being said to be yes, and why this person is being said to be no. So one by one we feed. Let's say like this, I am feeding 2000 rows. 2000 rows I am feeding to the algorithm. Now slowly and slowly it will start learning the relationship from here. Once the learning is complete, there are n number of methods to check whether the learning is appropriate or not. And once we are sure, okay, learning is up to the mark, the algorithm has learned pretty well, then what we are going to do, we will feed the details, maybe age, income, and let's say education, marital status, whatever the parameters were there, marital status, all these detail we will feed to the trained algorithm. We will feed it to the trained algorithm, and this algorithm will tell me whether it's a yes or no. This will tell me, my algorithm will tell me whether this person is a yes or no, or like what are the chances like this person can take a loan, or what are the chances this person may not take a loan. This is how it works. Are we getting, my friends? So once I am able to create such model, here what is the most important thing, like which algorithm I should use. I should know how the algorithm is working. right? How the learning is taking place. If the learning is not up to the mark, how I can make it up to the mark, and what are the key factors I have to take care of when I'm feeding the data to the algorithm. So all this part has been taken care by the is to be taken care by the data scientist. This is the job of a data scientist. Once this model is created, then we have to deploy it. Deploy means I can put it into an app, I can make it on some website, and the customer is feeding their details in a website and or in some chaos, and then they are getting, okay, this person is a yes or this person is a no. So this is how it works. Now this is one problem that we have discussed, where some recommendation system, or you can say some segmentation we are doing, or the clustering we are doing, where I have created a model that is telling, out of these 10,000 leads, this particular customer are having the higher probability or the higher chances of getting converted to be the actual customer. These are the customers where probability of getting converted is very, very less. Now you tell me, if I am able to create such a model, will it be very beneficial to the bank or not? Will it help the bank reduce the workforce for the calls and all? Will we be able to optimize our timings? Yes or no, guys? That is one kind of problem we have addressed. One kind of problem. Again, the thing is, let's say I have customer A, just for an example. I have customer A, and the algorithm is telling, okay, this particular customer is likely to be converted, right? This particular customer is likely to be converted. Now the question is, how much business it can give me? Yes, let's say one person, customer A and customer B, two customers we have. Now customer A and customer B, this may give me the business of 10 lakhs, and this may give me the business of 15 lakhs, like this. So we can again create another model, and that model will be telling us how much business we can extract from a particular customer, and according to that we can prioritize, okay, this person we should focus more upon. Or let's say one customer, he is a yes, but he can give us only maybe 3,000 business, 3,000 of rupees of business he is going to give us. Then either we can avoid, or we will be putting the least efforts on this particular customer. Fine. Again, let's say I have selected the customer B. Then we have the, let's say calling, whether we should give a direct call. If direct call we have to do, what should be the timings? Whether we should go call in the, afternoon time, whether we should call in the evening time, whether we should call in the weekdays, whether we should call in the weekends. Yes. Then how should we offer, what we should offer, everything. So again we create a model, and that can have a look upon, okay, this is the, if we do the calls in evening, so over the period of time we have observed, on the basis of the given data, chances are higher of the customers to get converted. If we call in the morning, so rejections are higher. So all we can predict on the basis of the available data that we have. Are we getting till now? How the data science is working, some bit idea we are getting. What is the role of machine learning? So machine learning is the algorithm that learns the pattern from the data. On the basis of that learning, it starts predicting. It starts giving the prediction. Now, what kind of problems we can solve in BFSI, so banking sector? So first of all, in banking, as we have seen, the customer segmentation. The example that we have just seen is the customer segmentation. Yes or no? Or the lead segmentation, you can say. Now, lead segmentation and the customer segmentation, and according to that we can put our resources onto different customers. So which are the higher chances of likely to be converted, we will be putting the more efforts on them. Then the second is the churn prediction we can do, that is very, very important. Churn prediction. It is not like I have, I'm focusing solely on the new customers or the new engagements. I have to keep my existing customers satisfied. Otherwise, they will move to some other bank, or they will take the services of some other company, right? So customer churn prediction. Churn means they are quitting the services. Quitting the services. Now, if the service quitting is there, they are quitting the services, we have to do something with this. We want this rate to be very low. So churn rate should be very, very low in a particular organization, whereas retention rate should be very high. So churn is the opposite of retention. It is opposite to retention, we can say. Now, again, we can create a model on the basis of the given data. That model can tell us, okay, this person is likely to quit the services in the coming time, maybe a month or two, or maybe a quarter. So if we know, okay, this is the customer which is, which can quit the services, so we can focus. Yes, we can take care of that customer. We can see what the dissatisfaction area is, or what was the dissatisfaction parameter, and we can look into it. Now, how our model can tell, okay, this particular person may quit the services. There are many things. So let's say that person is maintaining the minimum balance only. He is not depositing at all for the last 6 months. There is no transaction at all, right? On the other hand, we see on different portals, he has written the bad comments about the bank. Bad comments he has written about the bank or the services, right? Now let's say if we like he is earning well, okay, he is earning well. Let's say nowadays, uh, we have using the Aadhaar card and the PAN card, all the details with the banks, they have all the details now. Everything is centralized. Now he's earning well, still he's maintaining the minimum balance, he's writing the bad comments and so many other things. So can we say this person is likely to leave the services of the company? He may quit anytime. He will say, okay, I don't need the minimum balance back, I just don't want to continue, and maybe some other bank I will go for. So they are the chances. So we can predict these are the customers which may churn in the coming time. So bank can take some preventive action and can minimize the churn rate. Is it understood? Customer segmentation, churn prediction. Shall you take some more example? The next, we can build a recommendation system. And it is very, very important nowadays, and it has been used not only in BFSI, but in many other services it has been used. And recommendation system has provided huge growth in the businesses. I will give you a few examples. Now, recommendation, you might have seen YouTube and all. Now you go to YouTube and there you type, let's say, some comedy stuff you go for. You see some comedy videos you see. And the next time you just stay there for 5 minutes, and next time when you open your homepage of your YouTube, you will see a lot of YouTube recommendations you will see. Saurabh, you will be getting the recording as well. Okay. A lot of comedy stuff you will see. Let's say you are interested in, let's say, thriller and all. You see, thriller and all, some thriller video or something. So you will see a lot of thriller recommendation over there. Now, how this is happening? The another example is Amazon. You go through your browser, or through the app, you go to Amazon website or the Flipkart website, and you type some product that you are interested in. Let's say you are interested in a backpack. You just look for a backpack and you stay there for 5 to 6 minutes, and then you don't buy anything and you close it. Next time what you see, even in Amazon will keep on sending you the mails when a new backpack kind of thing is being introduced. You open any website, you open any social media app, whether Instagram or something, you will see side by side the ads are coming related to backpacks. A lot of ads for the next 3 to 4 days. You will see many ads, many emails related to backpack. Now, how this is happening? Internally, some recommendation system is working, and that recommendation system, on the basis of your behavior, on the basis of your preferences, it starts recommending you. And the best example for this are the Swiggy and online fooding app. If I say Swiggy and Zomato, now once you order through Swiggy and Zomato, they keep your details, and then they keep on fetching the data about your preferences. They they store a lot of details about you. Let's say what kind of food you eat, whether you are a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian, whether you like a spicy food or the non-spicy food, whether you like desserts more or the salty food more, whether you like North Indian or the South Indian or the Italian or the continental, whether you order at your home address, whether or you order in your office address, whether you order more on lunch or the dinner on weekend or weekdays. And all these details are fed to some recommendation system, and that recommendation system learns your preference. And after learning that, it will start recommending you at the time where the probability or the chances of ordering something will be the highest. Let's say you have not taken anything and it will remind you, maybe you are missing your milk, you are missing your breakfast. Then it may say, would you like to have idli today? What about let's try a pizza? Something like that. And the chances are there, you are not interested in eating anything, you are thinking of something else. And suddenly Swiggy app is recommending you some pizza. And you say, okay, let's order it, and say it is just hardly a few hundreds of rupees. Now imagine if daily a few thousands of customers are doing the same practice, how much incremental business the company, the company is getting out of this recommendation system. Are we getting the idea what the recommendation system is? So some deep learning algorithm is working inside the internally. That is, we are feeding the data to that algorithm, and that the job of that algorithm is to learn the preference of the customers, and it starts giving the recommendations. The same way you go to the Amazon app and then you buy something. Let's say you are buying backpack, or let's say you buy a laptop, for example, and then it will start recommending you something else, maybe keyboard or mouse, like this, right? Keyboard or mouse. You are buying a table, it may start giving you the home furnishings or the chair and all. It will start recommending you something else. You go to buy a book for a particular subject. Let's say you are buying some fictional novel. You have some model, some novel in your mind, and you are searching for that. It will start suggesting you other novels in the same category or genre, and maybe you will end up buy 2 or 3 books. And this will give the incremental business to the company just because of the recommendation. I hope I am making sense. Now let's see how it works in the BFSI sector or the banking sector. Now you are asking, you are asking for the credit card. Yes, somewhere let's say you are just typing in your browser the best credit card. Your any information, anything you are typing related to the credit card in the browser, and next day onwards you will start getting the credit card calls. Next day onwards you will start getting the mails related to the credit card. Have you ever felt that? Or by mistake, what you do, you fill the details in some form for the credit card for some company. Let's say you are filling for HDFC, but after some time you will see somebody will say, I am calling from ICICI. Are you looking for a credit card? I am calling from this particular bank. Are you looking for a credit card? And then they will start offering you these services. Now, not only this, let's say I am getting 10 different calls from the credit card. Of course, let's say I am in need of credit card, or I want to buy a credit card. Will I buy any credit card? Every credit card is offering some different kind of services. Then the algorithm or the recommendation system will learn the personalized service what I need. What is the purpose? Let's say credit card I am buying for my just the grocery things, or I am an outgoer, or I travel a lot, and for that I need the free loan services and all at the airports and all. So according to that, the company may give the best credit card options. Let's say I am a traveler and I want to buy a credit card for my traveler expeditions and all, and the credit card company is saying, we have the credit card that provides you a lot of offers on groceries. Will I buy this? One company, and the company calls me, are you looking for credit card? And I say, okay, yes, I am looking for a credit card. I am a traveler, and let's say I am actually looking for a credit card for my traveling purpose. And the company says, sir, we have we have a lot of schemes on the groceries. If you buy the groceries with our credit card, you will get these benefits. Now you tell me, will I buy this credit card? Whereas some other company comes and then say, sir, on traveling we have a lot of schemes. If you book the tickets with our credit card, you will have 10% discount, and you will have the free airport lounge services also at different international airports, and the free meals are also available with the help of our credit card. So which are, where the chances are more I will buy the services, my friends? The company one I will go, which is telling me about the groceries, or the company two, which is exactly telling me the benefits of the credit card while I'm traveling. So you would agree, of course, the chances are more when we are talking about the traveling one. Now, how the companies are going to know? So recommendation system will help them out with this. Are we getting, my friends, some idea how the recommendation system is going to work? Fine. Yes. So in recommendation system, what we do, we feed the details of the customer, the details or the data we are feeding. Again, we are feeding to some ML algorithm, and the ML algorithm internally, what it does, it learns the behavior of the customer. It tries to learn the behavior of the customer. Now you tell me, once we know the behavior, we can say what the person likes, or the what the person doesn't like, or the what are the likings and the dislikings of a particular customer. We can provide the best solution, best personalized solution to that customer, right? Now again, let's say I am an investor. Let's talk about the finance. If we talk about the finance, I want to invest. I have some money and I want to use it in investment. Now there are many options available. I may invest in the mutual funds. I may invest in the fixed deposits. I may invest in, stocks. I may invest in commodities. You agree? Or I may invest in, let's say recurrent deposits and all, many options are available. Now, which is the best suited one? Now, maybe I don't want to take risk. Even if the returns are less, but I am not able to take any risk. In that case, the bank, if they are suggesting me the mutual funds or the some very volatile stocks, so I may say no. So maybe they will offer me something where they can tell me, see, this is the low, risk is very low and this much of return you are going to get. So it will help me select the portfolio. Again, it can be done using the recommendation system on the basis of the preference or the likings or the dislikings of a particular customer. The best portfolio recommendation will be there. So some system we will create with the help of machine learning that will suggest the best, you can say, portfolio for a particular customer. Are we getting? On the other hand, you will see a lot of apps are there nowadays in finance market. You will see Grow app is there, Upstocks is there, Upstocks is there, and so many apps are there. A lot of broking firms are there. They have their own apps, and they keep on sending you emails and all. Now, there the estimation also we do, and this estimation is done using the machine learning. Estimation means they are telling us you invest in this particular X stock, and then the chances are there 15% return you will get within the next 3 months. Can we say, guys, this is we are estimating about the future? It may happen, it may not happen, but I am telling my client, if you invest in this particular stock, what will happen? In the 15% growth will be there in the next 3 months. Now, how I can predict this? How I can tell exactly this number? So with the help of some machine learning algorithm, I can create a model that is going to predict the risk associated with particular stock, or what will be the estimated price after a particular time, that we can predict. Now, if I have created a very good model in such a way, I can earn a lot of goodwill in the market. Recommendation system is the example of deep learning. Machine learning in wider terminology I am using VINA. So this recommendation system we create using the deep learning algorithm or the unsupervised learning algorithm, where the estimation, or when we are predicting the specific number, let's say what will be the price for a particular stock, so we do it using the machine learning part. machine learning. Are we getting, guys? So stock price we can. Also, we can analyze the risk prediction also we can do. Now, risk prediction we can do in banking and finance both. So how much risk associated with a particular portfolio? How much risk associated with a particular customer if we provide loan to him? What are the chances he will default? Right? Now, say let's say not only the people, the banks, they are providing the loan, hefty loan to the companies, right? And that loan is being provided in crores and crores. Nowadays, you see a lot of startups are, they are opening up, and then a startup goes to a bank and they ask for the loan. So bank might be interested, like whether your business will run or not. If your business is going to be doomed, then we will be suffering as well with you, right? So bank wants to estimate how much risk is associated. If more risk is there, they may charge more, interest. So there is a terminology in commercial market. More risk equal to, let's say, more interest. If you want, then I have to analyze how much risk is associated. So risk prediction also can be done using the machine learning algorithms. So what we do, the pattern is the same. We have some data, whatever the data we have. Now the data we may have, income, how many times the person, number of defaults in the past that customer have, what is the CIBIL score, what is the CIBIL score, like this, right? What his balance sheet is saying and all, how much capital he is investing in a particular business, what the market share is talking about, and so many things. And once we have this data, we feed to some ML algorithm, and ML algorithm will give me the number. Let's say this is the risk associated to this. Now, if we give, so 10% chances are there this person will default, or 5% chances are there this person will default, or 90% chances are there this person will default. So here we can take risk. Okay, 10 or 5% is a very less probability of going to be default, so we can provide the loan. Or let's say only 1% chances are there this person will default. So what we can do, we can lower the prices, okay, or lower the interest rate, and we can provide with the loan like that. So risk prediction also we can do over there. In banking, one more very important aspect is there that we call it as the, you can say, transaction monitoring. It is being used nowadays widely, especially in India. In transaction monitoring is what? Now, I think millions of bank accounts we have nowadays. Even if I talk about India, millions of banks accounts are there. Now, if you talk about the millions of bank account, like one customer is going and he is 50,000 he is withdrawing. 50,000 he is withdrawing by any means. He is withdrawing from the bank, and he does this every day. Let's say for a month. For a month he is doing. Won't you see it is a suspicious activity? This might be a suspicious activity. There might be a number of reasons. Maybe he wants to buy a house or something. Maybe some marriage or function is there in the house, or maybe some other reason, right? But there might be a question mark on this. There, somebody should raise a flag over here and should see like what is there. Now, let's say millions of such transactions are taking place. So as a human being, nobody can take care of all these things. So again, we can create some system, okay, for the transaction monitoring. It will be analyzing. As soon as it sees some weird pattern in anything, it will raise a flag, and then it will seek the attention of someone. And this transaction monitoring is used in the illegal trading and hawala and so many things. It is being used nowadays. For the last 3 to 4 years, it has been widely used. So this kind of, you can say, the systems are taking place or the models are being developed. Now, all these are the examples of the machine learning algorithms or the machine learning models that we can use in banking sector and the finance sector. If I talk about the insurance sector for a moment. In insurance sector, let's say we are providing the life insurance, and we are providing the term insurance. Term insurance. Now, if you say term insurance, a lot of question marks are there. Now, somebody comes, let's say I want the life insurance of 1 crore rupees. 1 crore rupees. Will the company will provide right away? Okay, this. Then duration. How much duration? What will be the duration? I have to fill the, I have to pay the premium. Let's say duration is 20 years. Then what should be the, how much premium I should pay? How much premium should be there? How much I should pay as a premium? That is one thing. Then will the company ask me some questions, or directly they will be giving me this, 1 crore rupee of life insurance? Here, estimating the life expectancy is very, very important, guys. Estimating the life expectancy of a person. Now, the person in which phase he is there of life, whether he is an adolescent, he is a teenager, he is an adult, or he is in the middle age, or he is the old age person, right? So that is very, very important. So age, what is the age of the customer? What is the lifestyle of the customer? What is the, you can say, do they have any disease or not? Do they have any disease or not? Whether the customer drink and smoke or not? What is the status of drinking and smoking? Whether they have some disease, in case of hereditary disease, let's say asthma or kind of thing, sometimes diabetes also is maybe the hereditary disease, yes or no? So do we have any, hereditary disease or not? And then like this, they can analyze, okay, this person should be given 1 crore of, loan or not? If yes, how much risk is associated? So how much cover we can provide? So all these estimations can be done by, with the help of some machine learning algorithm, and that we can use. We can tell somebody, okay, if you want 1 crore of loan, then this much amount of premium up to that much of duration you have to pay. Understood? Now, this is one. The another thing we do is the experimenting, or the A/B testing also we call it, especially in this field. Experimenting. Experimenting means, let's say, if we keep the monthly premium, then how the customer is behaving? If we keep the yearly premium, how the customer is behaving? Yes. So we provide different kind of services and different options to the customers, and then we analyze which is the most beneficial for the company. If we provide the yearly premium option, whether the people are going default, their policies are getting lapsed. If we are providing the monthly premium options, then they are not able to pay on time and the policies are getting lapsed. So this kind of different options we provide, and then we analyze with the help of some model, A/B testing model, and that model gives us the result. Okay, this is the best option to go for, or this is the second best option, or the least option to go for, like this. So these are a few examples that we have discussed, the use of data science and machine learning into the BFSI sector. Some idea we are getting or not? What kind of problem we can solve with the help of machine learning? Wherever forecast is there, estimation is there, we are predicting some number, we are recommending something, it is not possible without any machine learning or deep learning algorithm. So we have to use that. Now the question is, what are the skills required to be working as a BFSI professional, data science professional into the BFSI sector? Let's talk about the skills. What do you think should be the skills? We should have these skills, guys. First of all, the domain knowledge. We should have the domain knowledge. Now, what is the meaning of the specific terminologies, or you can say the technical jargons? How to read, let's say if I am working in the finance sector, what do we mean by the consistency or the fluctuation, like that? Okay. The second thing, we should know statistics. If we don't know statistics, it means we don't know data. Okay. So statistics helps us understand the data. We will be able to understand like how to read the data. And then the next thing that we need is the machine knowledge of ML algorithms. This is, if we have these three things, then we can work as a BFSI professional. So domain knowledge means we have the knowledge of the BFSI sector. What kind of data we have in the BFSI sector, what kind of problems we have in the BFSI sector, what is the logical relationship between the data points that we have, which are the most important key features or the data points we have in the BFSI sector. That may be, let's say, income. Income is very important. If I have to predict the loan amount, if I have to predict, let's say, the risk cover or the life cover for a particular person, age may be the next important factor. Yes, the credit, how many credit lines that person is already having, or what is the CIBIL score, so many things. So I have to decide like which are the most important key features I need to create a best model for this particular industry, and that is why domain knowledge is very important. That is one thing. Second is statistics. If I don't know statistics, I cannot read the data. Then the third is the ML algorithms. I should know how the ML algorithms learn the pattern from the data. Then I should know how we can optimize their learning. Algorithmic training is one example that is used in finance sector, and it is being used. Of course, I will tell you what do you mean by the algorithmic trading. See, let's say somebody, somebody works in the stocks, and what we do at a certain point of time, we have, let's say, I want to buy a particular stock, or I want to sell a particular stock. For that, we have to keep an eye on the graphs and charts. We analyze a lot of graphs and charts, and then we decide, okay, graph is going down, maybe the recession is coming or some inflation is going on. A lot of ups and downs keep on going, right? And on the basis of that, I decide manually, okay, now is the time I should buy, or now is the time I should sell. But again, we may do mistakes. We may be influenced with our gut feeling. We may be influenced, by our intuition. We may be influenced with the emotion factors. No, I have bought the stock of this particular company. No, it will not go down, it will go up, and maybe at the end the company goes insolvent, or it is not coming up at all, like this. So in algorithmic trading, what we do, we train an algorithm and we create a model that automatically decides when to buy something and when to sell something without any human interaction. It is very critical, yes, right? But if we have created the better model, if we have got the good data, good quality data, then we can of course create a good model, and that can decide when to buy something and when to sell something. One more thing, the more data we have and more data we keep on feeding to the algorithm, it gets better and better, because learning is getting better and better. So initially, even if it is giving some false predictions or something, slowly you will see it will get a lot of improvements. And that is how the algorithm works, any algorithm. So the more data we feed, the efficiency keeps on increasing, the quality keeps on increasing. Anonymous attendee, are we making sense? A bit idea we are getting? Now, so we were talking about the skills to be working. So domain knowledge, statistics, ML algorithms, we should know how the algorithms are learning, what kind of algorithms we have. If I have to create a recommendation system, which algorithm I should go for. If I am predicting, some yes or no kind of situation, which algorithm I should go for. If I am predicting some estimation and that is a number, let's say the loan amount, or the, what to call the fixed deposit amount or kind of thing, or the risk cover amount. So some different kind of algorithm I have to use, then what that algorithm should be. So this is very important. Now, all these manifestations we are not going to do manually, then we have to learn some tools, so that whatever this part we have learned, we can manifest that with the help of some tools. So let's say I am doing some statistical analysis, that is manually not possible. So I have to use some tool, maybe Python, maybe R, maybe Excel, where I can do the statistical analysis. I have to feed the data to the algorithm. So manually it is not possible. Again, I will be using some tool, for example, Python or R. And if I have the combination of these things, I have domain knowledge, I have statistics, I have machine learning algorithms, I know, and I know the tools, how to use all these things with the help of tools. So I am the right match for the company. I can crack any job into data science industry after that. Are we getting some idea what I should learn? And again, when we are, a lot of algorithms are available, so not every algorithm we can learn. It will be very time consuming, right? So we can decide like what kind of problem we want to specialize ourselves. So let's say if I want to specialize myself into recommendations, so only recommendation system I will work more upon. Rest of the algorithms I will have the basic idea, and a few algorithms I will specialize myself. And this is how people work. Fine. So let's go to the, let me share a few more details. So if we see here, to risk management, we can see we can do using the data science and machine learning. We have seen some examples. Customer segmentation, a lot of leads are coming. I want to segregate which are the, good quality leads, which are the least quality leads we have. Then fraud detection also we can, go for. So transactions are, happening. Now many people are logging, the same account has been logged in at different locations, so there might be the chances fraud, fraud transaction might be there. On the other hand, let's say somebody is having the international card, and today the card has been swapped in India, and tomorrow it is going to be swapped in, let's say France. So suddenly something should, raise the flag. So we can create a system that can cross check this kind of situation and raise a flag, and it can be cross verified. So maybe the customer will call the, some bank will call the customer. See, let's say, uh, are you using your card in France? And then the customer says yes. So, okay, not an issue. If the customer, no, it is not me. So maybe they will block the card, or they will take some preventive measures or the actions. Algorithmic trading, as I have just told you, in this case, so some algorithm is working on the, what to call in the, finance sector, let's say stock trading, and automatically on the basis of the data that we have been feeding to it, it will decide when to buy something, when to, uh, sell something, when to, keep the stock, and like that. Personalized services, so we are recommending some credit card to somebody. So if somebody is interested in traveling, so we will offer them the credit card that has more benefits related to traveling. If some household families, looking for a credit card, maybe we will provide them with the, we will recommend some credit card that is providing, let's say on groceries you will get those benefits. If you go for, a dining in some restaurant you are going, then this kind of benefit you will get, like that, right? So that is, we can provide the personalized services to the customers. Are we able to understand how the data science or machine learning is going to solve these kind of problems, my friends? Now, job roles in the companies we have seen. So data analyst, so these are a few figures has been given as per the trend. So it may vary, but what I have seen in Bangalore here, so as a data analyst, people are starting no less than 7 LPA nowadays. Fine. Data scientist, if you are working on machine learning, you may start your career somewhere in between 9 to 12 LPA. Okay. Tomorrow, if you specialize yourself into deep learning algorithms, then there is no bar. You can think of any number easily. Land 20 plus is not a big deal in that particular, provided you are proficient with a few algorithms, and you know like how to train the data on the algorithms. Fine. So these are a few things. So generally the deep learning algorithms are used for the recommendation system or the customer segmentation, and the companies are paying that much of amount because we don't have any idea how multifold it is going to help the company. If I've created a recommendation system, it will reduce the workload for a company. If I am hiring, let's say 10,000, 1,000 calling representative who are going to call the company, and somebody has provided me with the recommendation system, maybe only 100, executives will do the same job or the better job rather than them. Clear? So this is how it is going to benefit the company in that manner. So now the learning pattern, how we can learn. So as I have told you, we should know some tools. So tools may be the SQL, and Python programming is generally used. So when it comes to the data manipulation, data analysis, so Python provides a lot of inbuilt functionalities or the libraries which make the whole analysis very easy. What I feel, if somebody knows ABCD and the English alphabet and the basic mathematics, he can easily learn Python within 1 or 1.5 months. Then how to pre-process the data, how to do the data transformation, then machine learning algorithms, different type of algorithms are going to be used. Then natural language processing that is used generally for the text analysis. Let's say I have a lot of customers, they are writing the reviews, they are commenting on the different social media platforms of the companies. Company cannot read, and some person cannot go and read all the comments and the reviews one by one. So some algorithm we can deploy that will be using natural language processing algorithm internally, and that will tell, okay, these are the customers where we have the red flag, they are writing a lot of bad comments about the company, or what they are writing, what are the keywords they are writing. Okay, let's say useless kind of thing, waste of money, right? uh, Services are not good, or you can say the issues are not being addressed kind of thing. So some natural language processing algorithm will tell, okay, these are the key points that the people are mentioning that we have to take care of. Then the data visualization. So data visualization is generally used to show the graph, charts, growth and all. So companies nowadays, they have their apps and all, they are showing their progress and reports, quarterly reports, balance sheets and all. So those are being represented with the help of the data visualizations tools. Tableau and Power BI in the backend are used for that. Are we getting? So if we start learning today all those things, so it will take around 7 to 8 months to learn all these things. Once you have known all these things, then you can start looking for jobs, and then you can do the projects after this. Now if we talk about the different projects, so asset management or insurance sector, or investment banking, portfolio selection and all, this kind of, in these sectors we can do different kind of projects. And if I share the details of the projects, so credit scoring models, we can create a model that is kind of CIBIL score that is giving. Okay, so higher the CIBIL score, so we can say the lower the risk is there. Then customer churn prediction, as I have given you the example, these are the customers which are likely to discontinue the services, or which are likely to quit our services. So we can put some extra care on those customers, and we can try to find out the cause, or the cause of the dissatisfaction, and we can take some preventive measures earlier. Then portfolio optimization. So we can understand, let's say different portfolios are there, and you are a firm, investing firm, and you are investing the on behalf of your clients you are investing. Then you should be able to, like, which is the safest portfolio available, whether we should invest in this portfolio, or whether you should invest in that portfolio, whether it is the good time to invest in commodities, or whether it is the good time to stock in invest in market and all. So again we can create some optimization model, and that will, it is the example of recommendation system itself, and that will be telling us we should go in this particular portfolio we should invest. Yes, quantitative finance is quantitative methodologies or strategy. When we use the statistical models to solve some finance related problem, we call it as the quantitative finance. With the help of statistical models, we are solving some finance related problems. As the portfolio optimization, it is the one problem, and it is related to the finance sector. If I create some statistical model, then we can say the quantitative model that is solving me the, or that is guiding me, okay, this particular what to call portfolio is more fluctuating, okay, or the more sensitive we can say. So this we call it as the, this kind of analysis if we do, we generally call it as the quantitative finance. So quantitative is nothing but when we are using the statistical techniques. By using the statistical techniques, when we create some automated model with the help of programming and machine, then we call it as the AI model. So AI model is nothing, any model with minimum human interaction. It is solving and it is recommending something, or it is able to take the decision on its own up to some extent. Fine. Yeah, I will mention anonymous. I will mention the topics once, like how we can, do in what sequence we should go for. So I hope we are getting the idea where, what kind of projects we can go for. So first we have learned the algorithms, then we will be doing the projects where we will see what kind of problem, when we have a specific kind of problem, what algorithm we should use and how we can optimize the results. Fine. Now the next, if we say the use cases, we have discussed the risk management. We can identify the risk associated with a particular customer, with a particular firm. Higher the risk, as a bank, we can charge higher interest rate. Lower the risk, maybe we can charge the lower interest rates. Fraud detection, we have discussed. Let's say two people are logging from different locations in the same account. So some fishy activity might be there and some red flag will be raised, right? So something like that. Or somebody is getting from an anonymous account, some money is coming from some foreign account, and that account is the anonymous account, we don't know. So if this activities keeps on repeating again and again, so some automated system should be there that is raising some red flag, and it can be introspect later on. So like this, we can create some fraud detection model that can raise the flag whenever some suspicious activity takes place anywhere. Algorithmic trading, so we have created some automated system which is automatically deciding, okay, this is the time we should buy something, or this is the time we should sell something. So actually the idea behind the algorithmic trading is to reduce the emotion factor. So when we do trading, so uh, it doesn't matter how practical we try to be, but still some gut feeling is there, some intuition is there, we have some emotional factor is there. So that is why, to keep all these things aside, we use the algorithmic trading so that that kind of factors can be minimized. Fine. So we can create some algorithmic trading model with the help of the machine learning. Now if we talk about the skills and tools, I have told you 4 things are required: domain knowledge, knowledge of statistics and machine learning algorithms, and the knowledge of tools. In knowledge of tools, for the data modeling, generally Python is used. Fine. The data might be stored in some server, that may be the SQL server. So I should know the query language so that I can communicate with the server and I can fetch the data from there, and I can upload the data there as well. So SQL, language will be helping me out. If the data is stored in the cloud, I should be able to communicate with the cloud so that I can fetch the data, or I can deploy my model in the cloud. For that, maybe Hadoop will help me out. I should know how to visualize the data. Okay, so that I can, first of all, I can understand the nature of the data. On the other hand, let's say, uh, as a data scientist, I'm explaining some trend to my client, or I'm explaining some trend to my, top management or the stakeholders. Then I may have to take the, help of some visualization tool, and for that we can use Tableau. Now TensorFlow, it is the Python dependency that we use for the training of a deep learning algorithm, you can say. So Tableau and Power BI, these are the visualization tools. So these are a few tools that we have mentioned here that we are required to, we require to learn. This is. Now, if you have any queries further, or some extra reading material and the learning material will also be shared over there. I'm just sharing a small link where you can do what? You can fill the small details and you can be interactive. And if any queries you have, you can mention over there and you will get revert on that. So this is the link I have shared in the chat box that you can go through. And somebody will be reverting from Learnbay, and you can ask your queries and all, and some reading material related to BFSI and all will be shared that you can go through. Still you have any queries and doubts, you are most welcome over there. Now at the end we have the Q&A Q&A section, guys. So if you have any queries, please ask. So you can raise your hand and I will unmute you. Mohit, in programming, Python and R, two languages are going to be taught or you should learn, okay? So if we talk about the market trend, Python is accepted more because it is providing a lot of dependencies and libraries to be working on data. First of all, you will be learning the core Python that contains 10 to 12 chapters. Okay, once you know core Python, you can move any domain where Python is used later on. Some specific set of libraries you have to learn. Apart from core Python, you will be taught some data specific libraries. Let's say NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, sklearn, TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch. Okay, so for different purposes, let's say you want to do the text analysis, so you will be learning some NLP related libraries, maybe NLTK or maybe TextBlob. Okay, then you are going to work on deep learning algorithms, neural networks. Then for that you will be learning Keras and TensorFlow. So around 12 libraries you are going to learn in Python apart from core Python. R is also going to be taught. Fine. Any other question? Yes, Veena, unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Sir, I have a doubt. We have to learn
Yeah.
all these tools. Which is the most important tool?
See, every tool is important. The thing is, it is a complete pipeline that you have to take care of. Not only you are going to work with, let's say you want to, you say I will focus on machine learning only. But if you don't know how to clean the data, then machine learning is of no use. First of all, I have to make the data appropriate so that I can feed it to some algorithm and I can get the result. And that is the reason all these tools I should learn. But if I know these tools, then I am the right match. You can sit in any interview for the data scientist or the data analyst job and you will easily crack, provided you have good knowledge of these tools. Understand? Again, I am telling you, let's say you are analyzing the data. First of all, you need the data, and the data is being stored in a server. First of all, I should know like how to fetch the data from the server. For that, I need SQL. Then I have to perform some statistical analysis on the data. For that, I need Python. Okay, if the data is stored not in a server, not in a local server, but it is stored in the cloud, somewhere cloud, so I need the knowledge of Hadoop. Then I have to, whatever the model I have created, I have to share the findings of my model or the analysis that I have done. I have to share the findings of my analysis to the team, maybe to the stakeholders, maybe to the client, maybe to the top management. I may need some visualization tool, and for that I may use Tableau or Power BI. Veena, are you getting? So every tool I
Yes,
have to
sir.
learn.
Like all are interconnected. We have to
Yes,
go through everything.
yes. So if you
Okay,
ask
sir.
me like how much time it is going to take, so Python you can take around 1.5 months. SQL you can learn, less than a month or even 20 days. Then it is up to you how much you practice. Okay, the more you practice, more proficient you will be. Hadoop, Tableau and Power BI, you can, Tableau you can 1 month like this you can say, and then it is up to you how much you practice. Then later on, what you can do, let's say Tableau or Power BI, both you have learned the basic idea you have of both, and you can specialize yourself in either one of the tools that you can do. So these different students, they have different learning methodologies, so according to that we can go.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Yeah. Any other doubts, my friends? You can paste your doubts in the chat box. We have in the Q&A session, whatever you have, or you can raise your hand so that I can unmute you and you can ask your question. Yes, Manohar, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Is it audible? Hello?
Yeah. Hello, Manohar. Yeah, you are audible. Very good evening. Yes, please.
Yes, good evening. Yeah. Like usually I will get a doubt that like data analytics and the data scientist. So
Mm-hmm.
as a beginner, we have to go for the data analytics first. Later only we'll get a chance on working of data scientists. It is the like that, or we can start a career with data scientist only based on our knowledge. It's like what is the major difference between data analytics and data scientist?
Okay, I
Of
got
course,
your.
we need a more knowledge to get into data scientist as compared to data analytics. But usually, while checking at the YouTube or any online thing, so the people suggest that to go to data analytics first and get experience there, and further step to go to data scientist. So as a career starting, which one will be the better? Like
Okay,
as a course only, we are taking it to data scientist and AI, I think, right? Initial itself. So it
no,
will be difficult. How it will?
I understand your point. It depends. Okay, and let me share, a few things with you, and then you will be able to understand how we should proceed. Okay. Now, if you see the job descriptions of the companies, the JDs they share, the title is saying data analyst, the title is saying data scientist, the title is saying ML engineer, or the title might be saying business analyst. Okay. Now, this is I am talking about the title. If you see the skill set they are asking for, in some cases you will find the skill set is saying the title says data analyst, and the skill set they have mentioned machine learning also. Now the thing is, to be working as a data analyst, machine learning theoretically is not required, because machine learning is used for the predictive models, and predictive creating a predictive model is not the job of a data analyst. The data analyst generally plays with he has to get the insights from the data, and he is just telling to the management, and there he will be using some visualization tool, maybe Tableau or Power BI, and he will share his findings. If the management or the company is interested in something specific, they will let the data analyst know, and then he will be finding the details regarding related to that. Fine.
So
Now,
in the sense of data and analytics, they don't want to create any algorithms by using machine learning,
no,
or
no,
only
no.
okay. Yeah.
Theoretically, they don't have to. Okay, let me complete, and you will get the understanding. Theoretically, they don't have
Yeah.
to play with the machine learning algorithms. This is not their job. Okay, this is not their job. Now, later on, they can move into project managers and all. But the thing is, let's say tomorrow they want to grow, okay, in the designations, and they want to grow vertically in any organization, then they have to take care of the all kind of analysis work, whether it is the descriptive analysis, predictive analysis, prescriptive analysis, diagnostic analysis kind of thing. At that time they need to know like how machine learning works, otherwise they will not be able to assess the work of the, or to understand how a predictive model is working, whether it is the optimal predictive model or not, right? On the other hand,
Yes.
some companies, what they do, they mention the title as a data analyst, but they want the data analyst to be working under a data scientist. For example, I won't say the under the data scientist, but let's say they want some data to be analyzed in the context of some machine learning algorithm, and somebody else is there who is working as an ML engineer, and he will feed that data to some ML algorithm. But they may ask the data analyst, I want to feed this data to some linear regression. Okay, do the outlier analysis on this, do the missing value imputation, and you apply this technique. Okay, apply the scaling technique on this data and then give it to me. In that case, even if the person is working as a data analyst, he should have some knowledge of machine learning as well. You agree? If I
Yes.
don't have the knowledge of machine learning, I will not be able to analyze the data as far as statistical analysis is concerned, or in the context of some machine learning. So that is happening. Otherwise, what happens, let's say the title says data scientist, they will be asking you a lot of questions, they will be asking a lot of questions related to algorithms, but at the end when you start working in the company, you are just doing the data cleaning, and then you say, sir, I want to work on algorithms, and they will say, no, after 6 months you can try. So data analysts and data scientists are the different job roles. I would say that is the one thing. But anyhow, they are related. I would suggest you, if somebody knows machine learning and if still is going for the data analyst job, it is good to have. Okay. So nowadays, what is happening? The company prefer, even if you are working as a data analyst, some good understanding of machine learning you should have. So that if we ask you to analyze the some hefty statistical analysis, we ask you to analyze, you should be able to do that. Manohar, are you able to understand now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
basically, when I'm going to data scientist only, so initial don't have any experience on that. So the company agree to give a chance for the
yeah,
freshers,
yeah,
or
it will see data scientist doesn't mean directly they will, put you into the algorithms. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. The data scientist means the company is mainly working with the AI models or some data science solutions they provide.
yeah,
When somebody is working on a project, it is not the single person who is doing everything. It is not like the end-to-end project you will be creating on your own in a company. You will be
mhm,
playing some part in the whole project
yes,
pipeline. Understood?
yes,
So
yes,
what they do, let's say five different phases are there of the whole pipeline, and all the five jobs they have created, let's say data scientist we need. Understand? So even if
yes,
let's
yes,
say you have good understanding of ML algorithms, but you are not very strong with the algorithms, but your data cleaning and statistical analysis you are very good at, they will hire you as a data scientist, because they know initially they are not going to put you into data, into the algorithms. First
mhm,
6 months you are playing with the data and all, and then later on they will have you start working upon the algorithms. Understand? So
yes, yes.
it is not like that I cannot start my career as a data scientist. Of course I can start. Okay. But yes, if I want to work as an ML engineer or the senior data scientist, then I should be working as a data analyst or the data scientist first.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir, can I
Mohit,
ask a question?
yes, Veena, please.
Sir, for ML engineer,
Yeah.
I have a small doubt. So, what is the major difference between this machine learning and deep learning?
See, machine learning actually divided into two categories. One we call it as the supervised learning, and the another we call it as the unsupervised learning. Okay. If I
Okay.
go technically, in technical way, if I talk about, so what happens generally in machine learning, we guide the algorithm with the result. Okay, these are the parameters, this is the result. These are the parameters, this is the result. These are the parameters, and this is the result. So we are supervising the algorithm, and the algorithm is learning. Okay. In
Okay, sir.
unsupervised learning, we don't have any result column. Okay, we don't have anything to guide the algorithm. So algorithm starts learning on the basis of features. Understand?
Okay, sir. So,
Yeah.
if we want to become, if you want to become ML engineer, so we should have an idea about deep learning also, sir. You gave an example just now, no, sir, about the recommendation system.
See, again, deep learning, what the people do, if you don't want to go into deep learning and you want to stay in machine learning only, you can work as a data scientist and you can work as an ML engineer also.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
without going into deep learning, because the problems that we are solving using machine learning are different and that we solve using deep learning are a bit different. Okay, the nature is different. Now,
Okay, sir.
if you want to go into AI and some recommendation system, so with the help of deep learning, I can say more kind of problem we can solve. Understand? In
Okay,
deep
sir.
learning also, what you can do, you can have the idea, the basic idea of the whole deep learning, how it works and what kind of problem we can solve. And then again, you have to specialize yourself, whether you are working on some specific algorithm. Let's say neural network is there, you are working on CNN or the ANN kind of thing, whether you are working in NLP and then you specialize yourself with the text analysis only, or you are working in OpenCV and you specialize yourself with the image classification only. So it depends. Okay.
Okay,
We
sir.
as a human being, as a single person, I cannot be perfect in all the things. You agree?
Yes,
So
sir.
the basic idea I can have of all the terminologies, the basic understanding, of course, I can have, but I can be strong either in one or two things maximum, right? That is what I
Yes.
feel. So what you can do, you can have the basic ideas of all, and where you get the interest in, where you see like, okay, I can move into this particular direction or I want to go in this direction. What you can in that, you can specialize in that particular direction.
Okay,
Fine.
sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
Uh,
Harshal Tare,
I had
unmute
a
yourself and
query.
ask your question.
Yeah, I had a query like, how can we increase our online visibility? See, transitioning into this particular role at this stage of our career is really difficult considering Indian job markets. They really, I don't know what algorithm they use to evaluate our profiles and our knowledge. So to increase our online visibility, there are multiple platforms. Like obviously LinkedIn is one, But what is the best online site or platform like Kaggle, GitHub, among those to show
See,
out the
two things
project?
are there. First of all, you should know what is the best method to showcase your work on GitHub repository. So whosoever is going to call you for the face-to-face interview, first of all, they will go through your GitHub repository. There
Okay.
is a way how we showcase, not randomly everything I can showcase on GitHub. It is
Mm-hmm.
not going to work. Okay. So when let's say you are showing a project, so whether you have the source code provided or not, whether you have provided the front end interface or not, whether the requirement file is available there or not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Mohit, I have just read your question. What you can do, you can fill the details over there, and somebody will contact, or you can contact me through there. Okay, and we can have a thorough discussion on phone, and we will be discussing. You have very rich experience, and I will tell you like in what ways you can move further.
And also another
Okay,
query.
now that is one thing. The another is the LinkedIn profile also is going to play very, very vital role nowadays. If you
Mm-hmm.
see the resumes nowadays, so they look for some specific keywords. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and in your resume, LinkedIn profile and GitHub profile, those areas are mandatory. If your LinkedIn profile link is missing, your resume will get rejected. If your GitHub repository link is missing, profile picture is missing, so some specific keyword is missing, your resume will not get shortlisted. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, how much
Mm-hmm.
knowledgeable you are. So nowadays what is happening, there are the resume parser tools are there that the company use. So they
ATS.
put, yeah, they put the resumes into the parser tools, and some deep learning algorithm is working there, and that selects or rejects the resumes on the basis of some specific keywords and all. So the
Mm-hmm.
best idea, whenever you are applying in any company, don't blindly apply with single resume. With each job
Customize.
description, you have to customize your resume.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sir, I had another one more query about if in case I missed that particular part. I wanted to know the topics and the order for for anyone from a non-finance background who can upskill their finance domain knowledge.
See, there are two things. First of all, you should be good at the analysis tools. Okay. Analysis tool means whatever you are going to do, it doesn't matter how much knowledgeable you are.
Mm,
Everything you have to do with the help of tools. If I have
mm,
knowledge and I am not able to use the tools, then I will not be welcomed in the company. Right?
mm,
So you have to know the tools. Then you should know about the algorithms in detail, because ultimately this is the algorithms which are going to provide you with the predictions and the predictive models that you are going to create, right?
correct.
Now, if I have the knowledge of finance, it is good or it is bad. Actually, it is I would say treated both ways. Now, why I am saying this? There is one concept, and that we say the biasness, and it is very, very tricky when we do some estimation. If I already know about banking and finance, and I'm coming from the banking and finance sector, and I'm working in banking and finance, so maybe I will be biased towards many things. I will say, okay, this person is having higher salary, this one should be giving the what to call loan amount. Okay, he is eligible. Maybe
Mm,
his age is more, and maybe I am just uh, I'm not looking at, not focusing on the different aspects. So that is
mm,
one problem. Or blind, I will say, oh no, this particular column is not important, let's drop it out. So
mm.
the chances are there, if I'm coming that particular domain and I'm working in that particular domain itself, I may be biased. And that is,
Oh,
it is treated if I'm coming from some other background. Let's say I'm not coming from finance, I'm coming
you're
from
having
sales
a
and marketing,
fresh
and now
perspective.
I want to work in finance. So the company is welcome, because they say this person will not be biased at all because you don't know anything.
Correct.
Yes,
We'll
he
be
will
having a
create a
fresh
best.
perspective.
Yeah, he will create the best model for us. He will do a lot of plus minus in the data, and then he will come up with the best for it, right? Best for us. Whereas the person who is coming from finance itself, initial level, he will say, oh no, this column is not good. Okay, drop it out. Okay, I don't need these values. I never have seen like these are useful and all. So if you are coming from the finance sector, it may be plus and minus. If you are coming from non-finance sector, again, it may be plus and minus. But the company, what they look for, what you offer at the day. Okay, what you are offering today. If the company feels, okay, this is the problem and you have the ability to solve this problem, then whatever background you come from, it doesn't matter at all.
Sir, last question. Sir, will you recommend for anyone like me to appear or to take exams or certifications like NISM there are multiple NISM certifications, or CFA, sort of CFA level 1 or level
That is not required. That is not required initially, not at all.
2? Mhm.
Okay. Instead, you can focus your timing, that time you can utilize to work more on the projects.
Okay.
Okay. BFSI projects where you are just doing the data modeling, because that is going to play very, very vital role.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
company will assess your abilities in that area.
Okay. Fine.
Understand? In some cases, what they do, maybe you are working as a data scientist in a finance company, you are coming from a non-finance firm, no problem, because they have some subject matter experts sitting over there and that will be guiding you whenever you face any finance related problem.
Mhm.
Okay. They want from you the technical expertise only.
Okay.
Understood my point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So some SME will be there who is going to guide you regarding that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So that is all from my side, my friends. I hope I am able to clarify some of your doubts, and I hope I am able to provide you with some understanding as far as BFSI domain is there and how we can transit our career, and what are the key skills required to be a data scientist or the analyst, and what the difference is there between a scientist and a data analyst and all. And because of the limited time, I cannot discuss each and every aspect. So I have provided you with a link that you can fill your details. You can post your queries over there and somebody will be there to connect you, and they can connect you with expert or the counselor. So whatever queries you have related to the BFSI domain, you can ask and somebody will be there to clarify, and some reference material will be shared with you as well that you can go through. Fine. Thank you so much for being patient and listening to me, my friends. I wish you all very best of luck for your future aspirations. I wish you all very good health, and I wish to see you next time with some other session and some other insights. And thank you so much for being interactive, my friends. Thank you.